Hi, today we're going to talk about a governmental organization, especially one from South America, that is called UNASUR. So why we chose this especially organization? Because here we can find a person from Colombia and one from Ecuador. So why not to talk about UNASUR?
Why not? It's the moment to show the truth.
Let's start. UNASUR, the Union of South American Nations, abbreviated in Spanish, UNASUR. It was established on May 23rd in 2008. Upon the signature of the Union of South American Nations Constitutive Treaty, it entered into force on March 11 in 2011, with the ratification and the deposit of the instrument by 9 the signature states. Nowadays, it is conformed by 12 countries: Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela. UNASUR was created to provide a regional body with interference by the United States of America. Its purpose is to develop a South American forum for addressing political, social, economic, environmental, and infrastructure issues that will reinforce the identity of South America and will contribute to the strengthening of Latin America and the Caribbean, based on a sub-regional perspective and in consonance with other regional integration experiences, to provide it with greater pull and representation in international forums. The UNASUR idea is to join the two threads that existed in the region, Andean Community and Mercosur, where their focus is integration, democracy, education, energy, environment, infrastructure, and security, that will eliminate social inequality and exclusion. This trait is based on the European Union.
UNASUR is part of what we call the regional integration process and has its immediate origin from the South American Community of Nations, CASA. In 2006, the second CASA summit took place, which later transformed into UNASUR, Union of South American Nations, starting in 2007, due to a proposal presented by the President of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez. In addition to the name change, issues related to the creation of a Bank of the South and a common currency for the region were discussed. The global crisis of 2008 slowed down these processes, but did not hinder political advances, as evidenced by the creation of the South American Defense Council. The crisis within UNASUR began in 2016 with the inauguration of Michel Temer as the President of Brazil.
With Lula taking office in 2023, the Brazilian government undertook the necessary legal measures for the country's return to the Constitutive Treaty of the Union of South American Nations.
South American Community, known as CSN. In 2004, the CSN instated to union the two great treaties of the region. So for that reason is that they start this new movement. In 2006, the objectives of the strategies of the UNASUR movement started to be formulated and planned. In 2007, the name of the organization was changed to UNASUR. And in 2008, each country of the alliance established a constitutional treaty in each country, and they decide that Quito, Ecuador, will be the main place for the UNASUR community. Today, the UNASUR constitution is formulated for 12 countries. However, we have seen that in these years, the countries have been changing. They are saying, we are in, we are out. So nowadays, it's possible that UNASUR is being with only 4 members: Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and Venezuela. So for the reason is that the treaty is not taking place, as my partner was saying previously. According to different references, the problem with UNASUR is that the political ideology of the countries that established this commitment has changed. So unfortunately for this reason is that nowadays the UNASUR have lost power and strength in the continent. So what are the current objectives of this UNASUR treaty? So the main idea of UNASUR members is to have an integration in all the members based in their economy and political status. As well, they want to take action in the inflation and harmonize the regulations in the region. The main objective is to create a free trade zone, a single currency, and an interconnected highway in all the countries. Taking this is part of the main idea of the UNASUR community, and this is what they have done.
Aimed at reviving cooperation in the region. Brazil's president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, is hosting the gathering following years of fractious relations between the countries attending the event. The meeting includes Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro. He's visiting Brazil for the first time since it restored relations with Caracas that had been severed by former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro. And Maduro's presence in Brazil is a sign of growing acceptance of Venezuela by some countries in the international community. His government is considered to be authoritarian and illegitimate by dozens of countries around the world. In 2020, the U.S. Department of Justice charged the Venezuelan leader and other high-ranking officials with narco-terrorism, corruption, and drug trafficking. Now, Maduro aspires to oversee his country joining the BRICS group of leading emerging nations. Brazil's Lula said he would welcome the move.
There are several proposals from other countries that want to join BRICS, and we are going to discuss it because it does not depend on Brazil's will. It depends on everyone's will. We will discuss it if there is an official request. This request will officially be taken to BRICS, and we will decide there. If you ask me, what do I think? I'm in favour of it.
For his part, Maduro said membership of BRICS for Venezuela would contribute to a new multipolar world order.
We need to build a new geopolitical order with fundamental components. One of them is the Union of South America, with our diversities. And together with BRICS, we have seen in the geopolitical sphere an element where we can advance in the union of these 5 very powerful countries.
As an Ecuadorian person, I believe that UNASUR have been working so hard. In my opinion, I think that the key is to promote unity. For that, they have to work in the infrastructure of their between the countries, so they can boosting the economic growth and regional cooperation. Besides the monetary factor, I believe that they also have to focus on the inclusion, promoting the healthcare, education, and the social welfare in the regions. Care about sustainability, promoting responsible environmental practices, and making a plan to stop climate change.
Colombian person, I think that the main idea of the UNASUR is really logical. Taking into account the historic part of the European community, this is something that will work in Latin America because we are in the same continent. So for that reason, that will be excellent. However, the main thing is that we have to establish that no matter who is in the politics, who is in the president, who is in the government, the UNASUR and the community of our Latin community need to be together. So for this reason, the main idea is to establish a good ideology and to start to increase that. So if we believe that we are one, we can do a lot of things. So doesn't matter who is in the power. What matters is that we are together and we can establish and support each other. So UNASUR is gonna be a great moment, but maybe no now, but maybe in the future we can create a lot of things. Thank you so much.